What is up, guys? Welcome to your 7th video, and in this video what I'm going to do is I'm going to start teaching you guys about layouts in Qt, and I also want to show you guys how to sync widgets together. Now this is a pretty cool technique, and what I mean by sync widgets, I pretty much mean connect two or more widgets. So say you have two completely separate widgets on your screen. We'll just say there are two widgets that displayed a number. What I'm going to show you guys how to do is when you change one of them, the other one changes alongside it. It's a really cool technique, really useful. But before we get started with all that, we need to go ahead and include some crap. So the first thing I want to include is a QH box layout. Now what this does is, I'll talk about more about this later on, but anytime you want to lay out things on your screen, like the widgets, how they appear in your GUI, a layout helps you determine the size and position of the widgets. Now, of course, you can go ahead and do this into design mode manually right here, but it's better if we see how this is done in code because it's going to give you a little more understanding and a little more control over your application. So now what I want to do is include something else, and again, I'll be talking about that more when I actually code it, is a Q slider and also a Q spin box. Now these are the two main widgets that we're going to be using. Now what a slider is, let me think of a website where, well, I can't think of any websites right now, but you know that you can grab that little nub and slide it left and right. Photoshop has this a lot whenever you're like altering values or levels or something, but you'll see later on it's pretty much a slider that you can slide left or right to adjust the value, and a spin box is, oh man, I can't. It's really hard to explain, but it's a little box with a number in it, and it has an up and down arrow. And when you click the up button, the value changes by 1, then 2, then 3. And if you click down, it goes 2, then 1, 0. So that's what a spin box is, and that's what a slider is. And what we're going to be doing is linking these two together and eventually, connecting them and syncing them together where if you change one, the other one changes automatically or automagically, depending on how you say it. So of course I already have the main framework, pretty much the Q application and the return code right there, and we already know what that does. So now what I want to do is I want to talk you guys through how this program is going to be put together. Even though I said that we have two main widgets, a slider and a spin box, what we need to do is we need to build another widget, and this other widget that we're building is going to be basically the main window. Now inside this main window, that's where we're going to put our other two widgets. So technically there are three widgets, two inside another one, but right now we pretty much have to build the container for the other two widgets. So in order to build the container, put Q widget, and that's what I love about Q. Everything like pops up automatically. So let's go ahead and give a name, main window, since this is pretty much the widget that's going to be the main window. And in order to create a widget, just go ahead and put new Q widget. Looks pretty good. So now what I want to do is we have a window that appears on the screen. So now let's just go ahead and give it a title, or pretty much the title that appears at the top of the window. So main window, and the function set window title, and of course just like before, we'll say that this program is how many chicken wings. Did you see what I just did? I accidentally typed how many chicken windows. I wasn't even Oh, that's kind of weird that my fingers did that, but anyways, interesting. But anyways, we'll say this program is for people, I don't know, maybe we're making a program for a pizza place where people can order chicken wings. I don't know, freaking first thing that popped in my head. Don't hate, guys. So this is going to be the main title for the window. Now what we want to do is, now that we built the container that the other widgets can go inside, we can go ahead and start building those other widgets, which is a slider and a spin box. So let's go ahead and build Q spin box, and we'll just name this one spinner, like the spin lasagna ka, and new Q spin box. So now do the same thing for slider, Q slider, and of course might as well name just slider to kind of go with the flow. New Q slider, And let's see if I need to do anything else here. Okay. Now, in the constructor, whenever you build a slider object, you need to tell it what type of slider you're going to use. Now, just so I don't confuse any of you guys, the type of slider we're going to use is a horizontal slider. That pretty much means it slides left and right. So, horizontal, there you go. Basically, we're not sliding this thing up and down, we're sliding it to the left and right. Simple enough. That's how you build a spinner and a slider. So now what we need to do after we build these two things is we need to set a range of values, because these are basically two different tools that allows us to change the value of a number. So in order to set the range of this, just go ahead and put spinner, which is two ends, not one, not three. Set range, and we'll set it, how many chicken wings can people order? I mean, 1 to 50, I say. I mean, if you need more than 50 chicken wings, then I don't know, maybe you should get one of those new diet pills, because that is just crazy. So now we set the range for the spinner. Now we have to do the exact same thing for the slider. Now, the reason that I want to do this explicitly is, wow, first of all, I put splitter right there. That's embarrassing. Now, the reason I want to do this specifically to set the range to the same values is because, remember, anytime that we set a value on the spinner, the slider is going to be set to that value. So if this one goes from 1 to 70 and this one only goes to 1 to 50, what happens when you slide this one to 70? This one's going to be like, whoa, 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 I don't have a 70. So that's why we needed to give them the same exact range. So that's all the time I have for in this tutorial. In the next tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to link these two widgets together, and also how to make the layout, make it so every widget appears nice and neat on your program.